What's going on, people? Sean Pierce Johnson here, and welcome to Stompbox Everyday. That is right, you are getting a 2-for of this new little spin-off of Stompbox Saturday this week, because we have another new NAMM release from Walrus Audio on the Stompin' Block today. It is the Deep 6 V3 Compressor. What, you didn't think I would know what the guys at Walrus were up to and I was going to have to wait till the NAMM show to find out? Come on, guys. We've been doing this quite a while with the guys at Walrus, so I think I would know what's up when what's up. And let me tell you something. The Deep 6 V3 is A-OK by me. So let's just jump right into it, get the pedal up on the screen, and take a look at this third revision of their famous compressor. I think the first thing you guys will notice right off the bat is that there's one more knob than the previous iterations of the Deep 6. So let's take a look at them. The ones that everybody's probably familiar with are the level, the blend, the sustain, and the attack knob, but they have added a nifty tone circuit to this. Now, I really like that most compressor pedals that are coming out onto the market have these, because a lot of times compressors can dull the high end, but Walrus has done something a little bit different with their 1176 style compression circuit that they've got going on in the Deep 6. Instead of just adding high end, it's actually tailoring the low end response of your signal. So we'll take a listen to that with probably my 7-string so we can really get that wallop of low end and see what that can do for us. Overall, it pretty much functions exactly the same as the previous iterations. However, there is some upgrades in components, and they've just done the artwork a little bit differently, sort of an homage to the original Deep 6. And I gotta say, so far my experience with it is leading me to believe that this is probably one of my favorite compressor pedals of the last couple of years. We've looked at a lot of really great ones, but this one to me has that studio quality compression that I love so much. You can get a lot of extreme compression, but it doesn't feel quite like a squasher style compressor, if you will. You know, like your Dynacomps, your Rosses, et al. Of that ilk. So let's just go ahead, jump into some sounds. We're going to use a couple different guitars on this video today. Of course, the main Les Paul is going to come into play. We will bring in the Chapman ML7T in a little bit, as well as the Jennings Navigator. Guitar, going to go into the Deep 6 V3. After that, into a Boss TU2 to keep us in tune, obviously, and then into the Orange Rockerverb 100. Let's bring in the Jennings Navigator and check out the range of sustain on the Deep 6 V3. All right, Navigator is ready to navigate the deep waters of the Deep 6, or at least the very rainy weather we've been having here in SoCal this week. It's been nuts. Anyway, we're gonna check out the amount of sustain, see how squashy and see how much we can get out of the Deep 6. I've chosen the single coils because they just don't seem to have nearly as much sustain as humbuckers. It's my experience, so sue me. Let's check it out. I think in order to really hear this, we're gonna need to turn the blend up all the way, so let's go ahead and do that. We're just hearing the compressed signal. Let's hear that without again. Now let's try to set unity gain. That's fairly close. Let's do the sustain now. course, as you turn up the sustain, it's going to get a little noisy. That's going to happen with any compressor, really. It's because you're just feeding so much signal into the input stage that, well, you're just going to run into noise. It's just one of those byproducts you're going to have to deal with. And of course, we have single coil pickups, there's lights running, and it's all kinds of crazy here in the studio today. But that can get pretty squashy, but it's not like that Dynacompy kind of squash compression. It's just a nice studio quality compression that will just help you rein things in a little bit when you really need it to. Now, one of the things we can also do, let's go ahead and turn the sustain back to 12 o'clock, is use the blend knob to tailor the amount of compression that you get. When it's full up, you get just a compressed signal. When you turn it back, you get less compression. I believe it's going to be a 50-50 blend. That's at least what I'm hearing, because quite frankly, if you just go to 0, why even have a compressor pedal in the first place? So let's check it out. You can see we're starting to get back some of that dry signal that we originally had. It's kind of giving us a little bit more volume and a little bit more sparkle as well. It's eventually going to give us some more body. Watch. You can hear the sound starting to fill out a little bit more. And you can hear at the very low part of the blend knob, you still get a little bit of the compression, and obviously you have the output level, so you get a little bit of boost. So there's a lot of different things you can do to gain stage this compressor. You can use the sustain knob to set your compression ratio. You can use the output knob, the level control, to set your output and whether or not you're getting just a nice dynamic cutoff or if you're getting just a little bit of boost. And you can use the blend control to bring back in some of your original tone in order to sort of supplement what the compressor is doing. It's a very cool practice that when you do it right, pardon the nose wipe there, felt something weird on there for a second. You find that when you use it, you tend to craft a new kind of sound, something that you really find that when you're not using it, you kind of miss. So now we're going to check out how the tone knob works on the Deep 6 V3, and I've brought in the ML7 so that we get that low B and really get that wallop of low end and really feel it. So I've come up with a compression setting that I feel like is really going to exaggerate that effect for no other reason than I really want you guys to hear what this tone circuit is doing and why I like it so much. Let's first check it out on a clean tone. Now let's turn the tone knob and see how it shaves off the low end. It's not an extreme effect, it's just a very subtle but very well done result. A fine result, something that actually really works well, or at least I think so. Now let's go ahead and switch over to the dirty channel and hear that same effect on sort of a crunchy rhythm sound. Not bad. I definitely feel like it's doing something, but it's subtle enough that I don't feel like it's taking away from the tone. Now let's kind of go for a nifty experiment, leaving the tone knob up all the way so we get that maximum amount of bass cut that is available to us. Let's turn back the blend knob, add in some of our original dry signal, and come up with something that's kind of layered and can do everything that we really need it to do. And there you have it, everybody, a little taste of the brand new Deep 6 V3 compressor from Walrus Audio. If you ask me, this is one of my favorite compressors of the last couple of years. I love compressors. I am kind of obsessed about them right now because I find them so incredibly useful, just like EQ pedals, really. Those are my two, I got a thing for them right now, pedals. And the Deep 6 V3 has all the features that I could possibly want in a pedal compressor. I think the tone circuit is a very cool idea. Rather than adding high end, it's cutting the low end. I think it's got the right kind of compression for my style of playing, the more studio style that's a little bit more transparent, not so squashy. And really, I'm getting compressor sounds out of this thing that are making me never want to play through my amplifier without a compressor on. It's turning into a great always on pedal. But that is just a little taste, and there is so much more that we can do with it, which we may get to in future videos, but that's another show. And in the meantime, I would like to know what you guys thought of the Deep 6 V3. Please let me know what you thought in the comment section below, and please do click the subscribe buttons, turn on your notifications, and come back for the NAMM coverage that I am working on. Right, I'm not working on it right now as of filming it, but when this video airs, I'll be at NAMM. This time travel thing is just so weird right now. Anyway, thank you all for spending some time with me today. It is greatly appreciated, and I'm happy that you turned to me to find some of the cool gear at NAMM. Hopefully there's going to be plenty more. And until then, my friends, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, and I wish you all out there great tone and happy stomping. Cheers.